Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Cats. I am your host Eric Burton, and on this video we're going to be answering the question, is Bitcoin a bad investment, or is it something that maybe we should take a look at? We're going to be diving into the chart today and some other things as well. And before I get into that, I want to give you a very quick explanation about the future of this channel. We have recently changed the name of this channel to Crypto Cats. We're going to be talking about digital currency, how it applies to our everyday lives, investments, things like that. So if that type of thing interests you, then make sure that you subscribe if you're not, or if you're already a subscriber of this channel, stay subscribed, because we've got a lot of content that we're getting ready to release on this channel. Let's get into the chart first of all, as we answer the question, is Bitcoin a good investment, or is it a bad investment? Well, first of all, let's look at the chart of where we're at right now. Now, I have recorded this video on October the 30th, 2025, and we are looking at the daily chart of Bitcoin. This is the time that we're in right now. Now, don't be scared of this big red line, all these red lines, these red candlesticks right here. Each one of these represent a day. These are the daily candles. And so as you can see, we are currently in a downtrend over the past few days. Now, I want to show you a few things as we look at this. Now, like I said, this is the daily chart. We'll get into the 4-hourly chart in just a moment. But as we look at the technical analysis here, we can see that there is a level of support across the board that we are currently touching right now on the daily chart. So you've seen over the past few months here that several times that we have touched this, but it always goes back up. We always see a return on this coming back up. And once again, we find ourselves in this situation. Just not too long ago, on October the 16th, on the day that crypto really dumped, we saw it come down even further, down into this level right here in the 103 level. But it shot back up pretty quickly. And so in looking at this, we are touching a very key level of support right now. What does that mean? Well, that means this is a critical time right here, whether we see consolidation, a sharp move up, or whether it drops below that level again and continues back down. But I want you to look at the 4-hour chart as we continue to make some decisions here. And by the way, this is not financial advice, just throwing that out there. I'm just showing you some technical analysis and some fundamentals that we're going to get into. As you can see here on the 4-hour chart, over the past few days we've seen a slide off of Bitcoin. But I want to tell you some bullish news here, because it's a possibility that we could dump back down here at this 102, 103 level. But each of these lines, this is called the Fibonacci retracement tool, all of these colored lines. And what we want to see is we want to see this thing going back up into what's called the golden pocket right here. And as you can see here, just a few days ago, this is the 4-hour chart, so just a few days ago, as I predicted on another video on Jay Spissel's channel, we saw this price of Bitcoin go up into that golden pocket. Now, it stayed there not for very long and it came back down. So it's trying to make a decision here. What we're probably getting ready to come into is some sort of what's called a consolidation, in which it may trade a little bit sideways over the next few days. It could come down and touch this line. Likely the prediction is that even if it does, it's probably going to come back up and consolidate a little bit. And so what happens during that consolidation time is that's decision-making time. That's the time in which the price could either go up or down. It's consolidating. There's buying and selling going on. There's pressure going on. And so likely what you're probably going to see over the next few days is a little bit of sideways trading. Now, in saying that, anything could happen, especially in crypto. So it could absolutely explode, especially with some bullish news, or it could absolutely dump and we could see lows like we haven't seen in a long time. I believe likely the first case scenario that we're going to see some consolidation over the next few days, and eventually, because I am bullish on Bitcoin, that means I am favorable towards it. I believe that it's going to go up. I believe that we're going to bounce off of one of these key levels here, either this level here or even down to the Fibonacci retracement level down here at the 102, 103 mark. And I believe that we're going to begin to see a trend upwards, and it's going to test this level right here, this $113,000 level. And I believe that this time, if it can break that, I think it's going to go up, and it's probably going to break past these highs, these local highs right here in the 115, 116 range. And eventually, I think it's going to come back up and try to test all-time highs up here at the $126,000, $127,000 level up there. And so I believe that's what it's working on, but it may take a little bit of time to get there. And so that's just a little bit of technical analysis. These levels that Bitcoin, they're currently at are discounted prices, okay? So as we likely won't be hanging out at this level for really, really long, these are key levels of support that could be a great buying opportunity, because obviously we want to buy discounts, right? Don't you like discounts? I know I sure do. You want quality. You want something new. You want something that's of worth, but it's great when you can get it at a discounted level. And you really want it at a discounted level, because if you buy Bitcoin down at these lower prices, history tells us, the charts tell us on Bitcoin that it's here to stay, and it's likely going to go up much further even than our all-time highs are with Bitcoin as of right now. And in fact, in July of this year, President Trump signed a major law called the Genius Act. And I'm just going to read this straight from the White House webpage here. It says, "Making America the leader in digital assets. Today, President Donald J. Trump signed the Genius Act into law, a historic piece of legislation that will pave the way for the United States to lead the global digital currency revolution. The Genius Act prioritizes consumer protection, strengthens the U.S. dollar's reserve currency status, and bolsters our national security. The Genius Act will make America the undisputed leader in digital assets, bringing massive investment and innovation to our country." So, folks, this has sent the market soaring over the past few months. So, in conclusion here, as of right now, we are seeing an overall uptrend in Bitcoin and many cryptocurrencies, but many of the prices are discounted as of the time of this recording. So, is Bitcoin a bad investment? I don't believe so at all. As with any investment, be wise, do your own research, and as I always encourage everyone, to pray into it. So, do your own research on this stuff, but is Bitcoin a bad investment? In fact, I believe, my personal opinion, the opposite is true, that it would be a great possible buying opportunity at these price levels, because they're eventually going to go up. Now, what you might want to do is give it just a little bit of time to rest. As you saw on those red candlesticks, they're pretty sharp right now. So, you might want to give a little bit of time for some consolidation. Once you see it consolidating a little bit, resting out there, get ready, maybe think about buying up these prices, because it's going to go back up. It's going to test new all-time highs, most likely, over the coming few months. And so you want to be a part of that. It could be some great investment opportunities. Listen, if you're interested in investing in cryptocurrency and you've never done it before, maybe a good place to start might be Coinbase. And you can check out our referral link in the description of this video. And also be sure to check us out on X, the Crypto Cats. And until next time, God bless.